Welcome once again to my channel. My name is Ofusu Kodwe. I'm a marketing professional and a marketing trainer. In today's video, we're going to look at managing sales rejection. Every salesperson, in one way or the other, has faced rejection. I am yet to meet a salesperson who have never faced rejection. Rejection can affect your confidence and even your skill when it comes to sales. You put in all the effort into a sales pitch only to hear no. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the techniques that can help you to overcome the effects of sales rejection and help you shake your confidence and build your confidence. Rejection is not an end. Now, the first thing you need to understand as a salesperson is that you need to understand the psychology of sales rejection. Rejection in sales can affect your confidence for several days and even sometimes weeks. So first of all, understand the emotional roller coaster. That is the from sting to strategy. The moment you get a rejection, you then have some doubt or self-doubt sometimes about your skills. You sometimes even feel angry, or get a bit defensive. This, according to sales psychologists, comes from cognitive biases. What really happens is that your brain links the rejection to your skills. The brain links the rejection to your skills. Studies have also shown that we salespeople feel this more than any other job or any other profession. Studies have shown that this actually affects salespeople more than any other job, especially if you're a commission salesperson. I've been a commission salesperson before, and I know how it feels. It can last days, but it's important to spot these emotions as soon as possible. Then have a strategy. Ask yourself what you can learn from the rejection. This converts your pain into power. Also, it is important to develop a resilience mindset. There is one thing you need to get to understand in developing a resilience mindset. Your skills and your worth as a salesman is not tied to one sale or one prospect or 2 or 3 prospects. That is the number one truth. Take the loss or the rejection as a data and not a defeat. It is always important to do this technique. Try and write down, anytime you get a rejection, at least 2 to 3 things that you think you did well during the entire sales funneling or throughout the sales cycle. This will help you strengthen your psyche and build that mental strength. This will then cut the emotional hit over time. According to research, sales professionals who resort to this particular strategy report less stress and are able to close more deals. You see, the more stressful you become, the less you also close deals. So this will help you to face rejection. See, there's also another thing, that is the data deficit. There's one thing you also need to understand as a salesperson. No really means never. No doesn't really means never. Not all no's shut the door. Maybe it might have come from maybe bad timing, bad prospect research, and tight budgets, cash flow, profits, and maybe the company's own sales revenue. Sometimes it could be a mismatch out of poor prospect qualification. So the best thing to do is to spot the reason, which will also help you to ease the stress. So you get to realize that the issue is not just you not being a good salesperson, right? But might have stemmed from either bad timing, which may be as a result of some companies buy during certain seasons, especially when sales and operations or new projects comes up. Or it might be from tight budget. So you realize that it is not your making, right? See, only 20% of no's are final according to research. Sometimes some no's can also offer future chances later. So note these things down. Point number 2. It is also important to put up a tactical response to rejection. Right? So stay calm and stay professional. Ensure you maintain professionalism. So have that art of graceful exit. Be calm and thank the prospects. You can just say this: I appreciate your time today. Just keep it the case numeric. Keep it short and simple. Thanks for your honest input. This lets the prospect get to understand that you really value the prospect and leaves a good mark. Like I said, not a no does not necessarily mean never. So avoid pushing back, right? It's what we call the Adstock effect. One day the Adstock effect might really work. So even in rejection, plant seeds. Another thing you also need to do is to do what we call post-rejection inquiry, right? So ask for feedback gently. So you can just reach out to the prospect to help us improve. Can you please outline some of the main bottlenecks or hurdles that made you said no? Keep it open and please don't be pushy and listen without arguing. This will let you also know some of the barriers. And you also get sometimes data and insights on price or either features and even need. You can use this to adjust. Right. If you ask it rightly, I know sometimes most prospects will not be willing to share because they might think you will feel bad. But if well asked, most prospects will share if you ask right. And this may turn the rejection into a lesson. Also use loss reports very, very, very judiciously to refine your sales collateral. Send the objections to your marketing team or to your sales manager. Right? Maybe it might be the price is too costly. This can be used to update your FAQs, that is your frequently asked questions. It can also be used to update your pricing strategies. This can help you shaping your sales cycle and shorten your sales cycle as well. Now, the final thing we're going to talk about is strategic follow-up after initial rejection. We talk about you making use of rejection data, right? After 30 days, you can share an article about their industry and then on their pain point. Time this in 30 days. Like I said, no doesn't mean never. Then after every 60 days, try also sending another one and tie this one to their pain point or to their issue. Give them budget tips and even how you can even sometimes come into terms as to refining your credit cycle and providing them the products on credit, etc., or paying in installment. You can use email to reach out and as well also follow up with LinkedIn, but keep it very, very short and simple and light. Studies have shown that nurtured leads convert 47% more, right? Re-engage on different value proposition. Shift your angle. If it was the price, this time around, highlight on return on investment, or show a new and innovative tool so you can cross sell a less expensive tool that might meet their needs. You can do this after 3 months. For example, you can just send a message that we have done this update and we thought it will help you solve your sales issues. It feels fresh. You see, sometimes the prospect can forget the first talks, and this uncovers hidden wants. The last thing I'm going to talk about under this point is to be able to identify the difference between what we call soft no and a hard no. There's a difference between a soft no and a hard no. Soft no's can mean just delay. Like I said, timing, budget, etc. So the prospect will say, not now. But you can see there's some kind of interest. So hard no's shut down fast. He won't get that reply. That is likely to be a hard no. Hard no's shut down fast. So it's up to you to look for clues. Quick replies can also mean a soft no. So for example, according to research and expertise, response time under a day could mean a soft no. Over a week can also signal a hard. But it's always good to focus on soft no's and save effort and time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, follow, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe.